Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shantika and I did want to do a video on my experience working at Amazon. This is my third week working and I've seen so many videos on different experiences and so many different perspectives, and I wanted to just chime in and give mine. So we'll just get right into it. Now, one of the things, you hear so many different tips on what to do when you work at Amazon, and there's some really important points that I really want to really just expound on and just really give y'all the real experience so that you don't go there with the false sense of one thing and it turns into something completely different. Amazon is a warehouse, okay? They're all about productivity. Y'all order from Amazon all the time. Y'all expect 24-hour shipping, 48-hour shipping, prime and fast shipping. So you should already have the general knowledge base that they're all about productivity and working hard. So if you are not a hard worker, if you think that you're going to go to this warehouse where you have to be working like a runaway slave, practically, I suggest you go find a security job where you can just sit down all day, because there's so many videos with people saying that they quit after one day because they just are not used to working that hard, and being on your feet for that hard. My number one advice to anybody that is considering working at Amazon warehouse or any type of warehouse job is do not sign up for full-time scheduling. I don't give a damn. If that's what all they offer, go to another location, go to another city, and apply elsewhere until you can get the part-time shift. I'm saying that because it is extremely difficult work, and you, my friend, will burn out fast if you are on your feet for 8, 10, and 12 hours straight. I don't care if they give you 4 days off, it's not enough. You will burn out, and you will burn out fast. Okay, I've seen it happen to people. I've seen people who just get up and just walk out on their first day because they just cannot handle working at that fast-paced rate and as long as you're working. I work 4 hours. I'm part-timer, and I chose that because I wanted to be present for my children. I'm going through divorce. I'm the only present parent, and so I cannot work no long hours, and it's hard work. It's hard work. I am a scanner. What I specifically do is I build pallets. Packages of all shapes and sizes come off the conveyor belt, and I build pallets. There's an empty pallet. If you don't know what a pallet is, look it up on Google. It's like a wooden plank where you just take packages and you build it. It has to be up 6 feet. Once you build the pallet up to that high, there's another employee called a water spider. They come with some shrink wrap, aka saran wrap, heavy duty saran wrap. That's what it is if you don't know what shrink wrap is. And they wrap the entire pallet, slap a sticker on it, close it out, scan it into the truck. Basically it. It's very easy. It's very monotonous. It's very repetitive. That is it, and I'm here for it because I'm in a situation where I'm kind of like I just want something to do that keeps my mind, that keeps me busy, because we have sections in my particular warehouse. It's called a sortation warehouse, and it's like different sections going from A, B, C, D, etc. And each section, all the pallets are numbered between 0 and 63. So imagine 63 pallets, you're walking from one end to the next, because packages don't come in any particular order. It just says, it's just whatever section that you're assigned to. It's like, for instance, I love section C, because it's really organized. I know where everything's supposed to go because everything is labeled properly. There are some sections that are not as labeled as efficiently, and you be just walking around just looking for shit forever and ever, amen. And so I like to pick sections that are labeled, the floor is labeled properly, so that I can easily find the pallets where the packages need to go. And so packages come down the conveyor belt, you grab one, scan it, scan the pallet, where it's supposed to go. If it turns green, you put it down. If it turns red, you put it back. You know, because a lot of times if it scans red, it means it doesn't belong in the building, or for whatever reason you just can't put it on that pallet, and you just put it back, and the PAs will take care of it if they try to do some damn work, and we're gonna talk about them in a minute. But yeah, so that's basically what my job description is doing. They pay well, and you can pretty much make a full-time salary working part-time. And the fantastic thing about working part-time is that you can pick up extra shifts. And see, a lot of people, they get burnt out because they feel like the money is so good, they feel like, oh, I'm just gonna ball out working 10 and 12 hours. Yeah, you're gonna ball out, and you're gonna spend the rest of them days off in your bed recuperating and recovering. And so I always tell people, when you're brand new to working hard, if you've never worked hard, because there's a lot of kids that work there that was born in the 90s and the early 2000s that's working there, and their mama ain't never made them take the trash out, never made them do jack, and you coming into a factory where you need to work. And so I suggest you start off part-time, because you can always pick up an extra shift. If you feel good, if you feel better, you can go right on your phone. We all have an app there. It's called Amazon A to Z. I'll show you now. And you could always pick up a 4-hour shift. You could pick up a 3-hour shift. You know, nobody's going to force you to come. Nobody's going to call you to come. The one thing that is really great is that everything is digital. Everything is done on this app. Okay? And I'll show you right here. All right? So here's Amazon A to Z. Right? And focus, focus, focus. You're not going to focus because the glare of the sun. So anyway, you have the home here with home schedule pay, and then you have up top here, I can't show you because it's not, oh, here it is. And so if you could see that, you can clock in on your phone, you can find shifts. They got 37 open shifts. You can request time off. You can volunteer. They have something called a voluntary time off, where you can call out sick or call out for any reason just on your phone. And then down here you have the home, your schedule, your pay, and your all that other stuff. And so one thing about me is that I'm kind of like, I have a lot of anxiety. At this point in my life, I'm kind of like trying to be reclusive in public. And so I always hated working where if you needed some time and you had to go to your boss and be like, man, I can't work tomorrow because of XYZ. You got to get a whole lot of backlash and a whole lot of, unnecessary, rebuttal back. And so I'm just not into that. And so with Amazon, it's so great because when you first start, you get like 10 hours of unpaid time that you can use at your discretion. All you got to do is request it. You understand what I'm saying? Or let the people know that you're not going to be there. And so you can use that. It's not paid, but you can call out and it will be fine. Also, you can clock in on your phone, but you better do so in the building. You cannot be in the parking lot. You cannot be around the corner. You cannot be down the street trying to clock in on your phone. You will get fired for it. Do it and see what's going to happen to you. Don't play. That's one thing about it. Amazon is the easiest place to work, but for this generation, it's very difficult because everybody is so obsessed with their cell phones. I work a shift where I work at nighttime. I work late nights. And so nobody calls me. I'm not accepting no phone calls at time of night because I'm busy. That's the mindset that I have. Like, I ain't tied to nothing or nobody where I got to answer the phone, leave a message, I hit you back in the daytime. But these kids, it's like they on social media, they got to be in the loop 24/7, and also a lot of them be trying to film and try to show what they doing. And I'm telling you now, if you get caught with your phone, them PAs catch you with that damn phone, your ass is grass. You are going to be fired. So if you're one of those people that are really attached to social media, you got to be on your phone 24/7, this is not the job for you. You cannot work a job that has rules and regulations, go there, break the rules willingly, and then get mad and say it's a horrible place to work. I'm a conformist when it comes to jobs. If you tell me the rules, I'm following the rules. You understand what I'm saying? So Also, a lot of people talk about rate. You know, you have a scan rate from 0 to 100. My scan rate, my average scan rate is like 80%, you know, because I'm constantly working. And because that's what you do, you know. And also, you do not have to kill yourself, because nobody's gonna pat you on the back. Only one PA, this one guy, he's a really upbeat guy. I feel like he only says good job because he's trying to get you to do something. Oh man, you're doing such a great job. Can you do me a favor? And so I already know that that's his MO. And so I be trying to, I don't make eye contact with the PAs. They're called processing assistants. They're like fake supervisors, or like leaders, fake little leaders. They get their little, you know, vests, and they walk around and they just glee and telling folk what to do. I get it. I know what it's all about, and I really don't care, because like I'm telling you, I'm really invisible. So if they approach me and be like, oh, excuse me, you're doing such a great job, do you think you can help us over at C? I don't even say anything. I'd be like, okay, and I just walk off and I go to where I gotta go to, and that's it. And so I don't, you know, I don't talk to anybody because I just don't want to, because I have a lot on my mind. I have a lot going on in my life. I'm not there to make friends. I feel like I'm there out of obligation, because I have to pay bills and support myself and my kids, because I have no help from my ex-husband. And so, right, I'm kind of irritated that I'm there, and so I'm not really trying to be nobody's friend. And so I'm pretty sure there are already people that already noticed that I'm really, really standoffish. Literally standoffish, because when we come into our shift, when we begin our evening, they do like this huddle where we stretch, and the annoying manager with woman hips, this guy, he's so annoying. I just don't like him at all. He gave me a bad taste in my mouth because I tried to ask him a question and he just walked off, and I'm just like, okay, I don't like you. And so I've never liked him. And then he was griping about some stuff. And so he's like one of those people, you know, one of those supervisors that like look for an argument, that look for you to rebut so that they can fuss back with you. He's that type of person. So I kind of like shut up in mid-sentence and just looked at him, and then when he was tired of talking without a response, he just turned around and walked off. And so I was just like, good job, Shantika. He's just like, yeah, that lady's not, she ain't finna argue with my damn ass. And I'm not, because I don't really care about none of this shit. I know I'm digressing, but he was trying to get me to pick up a package that I could not lift. But you do agree when you first go there that you can lift, I think, 49 pounds, up to 49 pounds. But I had been working like really hard that whole night, and I really could not. My wrist was starting to hurt. My back was already hurting. And he was like pushing the box like, oh, you can lift this. That's not that heavy. It's not. And this is a grown man. I mean, he walk around with this big old bubble butt like a female, but he's still a grown man. And he was just like, oh, you can lift it. Oh, you can. And I looked at him, and after I stopped talking, I just looked at him like this. And in my head, I was just like, watch me not lift it. Watch me not lift it. Watch me not lift it. And guess what? I didn't touch that box. And he couldn't make me touch it. He couldn't make me touch it. He just walked. He was so mad that I wouldn't engage with him. He just hauled ass and walked off. And so what I do is that I'm a hard worker, and my scan rate is so high because I scan all the envelopes. Like, things come off of the conveyor belt, boom, 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 like this, and they're all on the floor. And what I like to do to keep my mind off of going home, because I'm always preoccupied with getting ready to leave, I'll pick a section on the conveyor belt that's really like jam packed. I mean, shit everywhere on the floor, this whole pile of crap. And I'll say to myself, once I clear this section, I'll check my phone. And every single time I clear a section, it's 2.5 hours. And I'm just like, almost time to go. And so that's just what I do. Because people don't process. I don't know if they be trying to impress folk. But let me tell y'all something. Whether you work slow or fast, you're not going to get any accolades. You're not going to get any extra money. Nobody's going to recommend you for being a supervisor. It is what it is. You're going to get paid the same. So why are you killing yourself? We're not packing, we're not stowing. Those are completely different genres. We're just scanner. Our whole entire building are scanners. That's all we do. So whether you work hard or slow, like you could literally walk around with one package and scan one package each. As long as you're constantly scanning, nobody will bother you. As long as that scanner is working when it's supposed to work, nobody will say shit to you. Nobody will talk to you. Nobody will bother you. Now that idiot will come by. I remember one time he was walking in each section talking about pick up 2, scan 2, pick up 2, scan 2. And I looked at him and I picked up 1 and I scanned 1. Like, and what can he say? He can't say nothing. My scan rate, a lot of times when we're really busy, is over 120. That's way above average. So you can't say shit to me. And then if I'm lucky, I'll get a bunch of packages that belong on the same pallet. And so I'll just stand in one spot and just scan. Boop, 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 boop. Bill. Come on, water spider. Close it out. And that's it. And I'll just scan in one section. Ain't nobody, I don't go out of my way to find nothing heavy to pick up. I don't. I work smart. I work smarter, not harder. And that's what y'all need to understand. You just got to work smart. Once you know the game and know how it's played. It took me a while because I was picking up heavy shit for a while, hurting my back. I ain't doing that shit no damn more. I process all the envelopes. I process all the small boxes. I process anything that's like less than 6 pounds because I can. And everybody else running around there killing themselves, picking up heavy ass boxes. And then there's a bunch of men that work there. What am I picking up that shit for when there's a bunch of men with big old muscles that can do it? So I do it. So I work a part-time schedule, which means I only get a 15-minute break. And so I was late on my break because I was going all the way to my car, which is like, I walk in long suffering. I call it long suffering because you suffer. I park in the long and I suffer long walking all the way because it's a big parking lot. And so walking back and forth to my car killed me 5 minutes. And when I walked in, asshole, he scanned my badge. And so I think they just dock your time for being late. But I'm brand new. I haven't reached my 90 days, so you don't really want to give them a reason for you to get a verbal warning or a write-up. You don't want management to know your name, because when they know your name, you're going to be on the chopping block. And they fire happy. They love to fire you on the spot for stuff. And so I said, well, from now on, I was just going to bring a little credit card in. I don't bring purses or anything because they don't have, my facility doesn't have lockers. So you can't bring in nothing. You just could bring in a lunchbox. And so they have snacks. They have everything that you need there. They have Tylenol. They have everything that you could ever want there. But the line is so long to get these things. And so my 15-minute break is so short. And they tell you, your break is 15 minutes, but you need to be walking back to your station in 13. You feel me? Because they not with this, oh, you do the 15 and then you take 10 minutes to get back to your station. Nah, they done got hip to that damn play. You pee on their clock, use the restroom on their clock. Okay? And so that's what I do. Like, but you can't just you can't abuse it. Okay? You can't abuse it. I'll work for 2.5 hours, and if I have to pee, I'll go pee. If I know break time is coming up, I'll go walk to the bathroom and I'll sit in there for 10 minutes. Because you have to. You sit in there for 10 minutes because your feet be throbbing so doggone bad. So I sit in there for 10 minutes, go back to my station, and by the time I do like 45 minutes, and they'll call for break. They do not play when it comes to them earpods and earphones of any kind. Don't bring them. You'll get fired for them. They tell you repeatedly throughout your shift, do not have headphones in, because they call for break.